What's good, everyone? Today we're going to be running through an interview with my boy Liam, who I've been working with for the past year now. We're going to be breaking down his entire journey going from broke construction worker coming out of high school, not really knowing what he wanted to do with himself, to now making over $20,000 a month, completely remote, completely online, and running his own business. He's now been able to build his personal brand to roughly around 15,000 followers, and now his own fitness coaching offer reaching nearly 20,000 followers. Liam and I have known each other for over 10 years now. Originally, we went to the same primary school together. Here's a photo of us when we were like 10 years old. But throughout our years growing up, we always talked about running our own business, making money online, and actually having freedom. And it's really cool for me to share this with you guys because we're actually able to make it happen. But without further ado, let's get into it. What's good, everyone? Today I'm joined with my boy Liam. I'm sure you guys have seen him in my content before, but the people that don't know you, bro, please introduce yourself.
It was good, boys. Yeah, like Huddy said, my name's Liam. For those that don't know me, I am in a similar space to Huddy. Been in the space for just over a year now, actually. And yeah, Huddy and I have been mates for ages, bro. Like we've been mates since pretty much primary school, all throughout. And yeah, we're still here today.
100%, 100%. Well, tell us, bro, a little bit more about where you're at right now before we get into things.
Yeah, so right now, well, just in the past month. I've actually made like 20K from the businesses that I'm currently running. And yeah, bro, I'm running obviously like my own Instagram account, trying to build out my personal brand there. But also another account that's based around fitness and testosterone coaching for men. So yeah, got the two things running, made 20K collectively over the past month. I mean, actually quite recently, obviously going overseas with yourself and another one of our mates who I run the account called the Test Bros with. And yeah, right, I mean, since jumping into the space, I mean, life's changed pretty quickly. And over the past year, it's been pretty crazy to see everything change around me. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's a bit about me, bro.
100%, 100%. Well, tell us, bro, like where did it all start? Like, when did you first even think about, hey, I want to make money online. I want to do some sort of online business.
Yeah, geez, it's stretching it back quite a while, actually. Kind of second last year of high school. So year 11, year 12, that long ago.
Hmm.
I was really just obsessed with like the idea of being able to have freedom, being able to have like my own time for myself. And I remember going to the gym back in the day with you, and we used to talk about it. Obviously, even back then, I mean, we were pretty delusional, thinking we could conquer the world, and it would just be like straightforward and easy. But yeah, bro, I'd say like what over the past 4 years that I've been thinking about it, and like obviously in the past year, I've taken action. So a good 4 years where I did a whole
Yeah,
lot of nothing.
yeah, yeah. Well, so did I. So did I. Like, I think that was around the fucking Andrew Tate era. I was like, fuck, like I gotta lock in, I gotta fucking make money, I gotta do this and that. But it was like a lot of because we were both in the same boat. I think we kind of both actually started looking into it properly around the same time. But it was just like a few years there where it was just like, sounds good, but I don't know if I want to actually try it yet. I'm scared. I don't want to take a risk or anything yet. But yeah, fuck. Okay. Well, what was the biggest thing that actually made you go ahead and say, hey, like it's time to look into it. It's time to actually try and make something happen.
I think, I mean, it might sound like cliche to say this and like a bit cringe. Some people might think it's cringe, but I do think it's like really, really true, especially for guys. Is like, I just came to the massive realization myself, like, no one was going to come and save me.
Yeah.
Like, no one was going to do it for me. No one was going to make me do anything. And much like the gym, it was pretty similar. Like, I just realized if I could stay consistent with one thing, like going to the gym, I just proved to myself that I could do it with like my business aspirations, which is what I always wanted to do. I remember talking to you about it. It wasn't just about like making money online that people say. It was
Yeah.
actually just learning how to run a business and being able to build a business because I think
Yeah.
every every boy wants to do that, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all the time. You hear it all the time, especially in high school, like all the lads that are pretty high agency and want to do something, they're like, yeah, bro, like starting a business would be sick. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Well, where were you at that time? Were you working, studying? Where were you at?
Yeah, so last year I was working just a standard fucking tradie job. Like it was just boring as fuck. I mean, you've heard it all before. Like I don't want to bore everyone, but I was just clocking in, clocking out, doing the same thing every single day. And I think for me, like looking at that life, especially the one, that I obviously left behind now, I've thought that if I was going to stay in that position, like I wasn't going to get anywhere that I wanted to be.
Mm,
Um, in saying that, like I'm not saying that the job was necessarily bad in any sense.
mm.
It was just the thing that like I knew I didn't want to do deep down.
Yeah,
Like there was just a feeling, like a voice in the back of my head. I'm sure you had it too.
yeah,
So working a trade job, you're like, fuck, bro. Like I look at all these people online, like I'm looking at everything that's possible. And once you see it, it's like something you can't ignore.
yeah.
So I think I was just, yeah, that was the breaking point for me, bro, knowing that it was possible, but I wasn't doing anything about it.
No, 100%. No, I was like the fucking exact same. I didn't necessarily hate my job, but it was like I hated the idea of where I'd end up if I didn't do anything. I actually tried, on my business or anything along those lines. So 100%. What was the next step for you then? Like once you came to that realization, you were in this job, you're like, fuck, like I really need to do something else with myself. Like what were the next steps that you took to sort of get kick started in it?
Yeah, so with the next steps, like I remember actually talking to you, it was the first time I'd moved to Wollongong. Like
Mm,
I'd just moved into Wollongong, you'd like moved into Canberra.
mm,
And I remember hitting you up and you were like, bro, like we're seeing this content about, getting into sales.
yeah.
Like, bro, like this is the next thing,
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
is what's going to get us out of that position. Because I mean, we had the conversations in the gym being like, bro, let's start a business, let's do this, let's do that.
Mm,
And I saw that and I was like, bro, we have to jump on this. Like, we have to do it. And I'm not gonna lie, I sat on my ass and did jack shit for a while.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and yeah, bro, the next steps, like I looked a bit on YouTube. Like I saw a few things, some free resources, did jack shit. Like I just did nothing with it because
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Mm,
Didn't really have any sort of accountability or direction.
mm,
But that was like the first action that I took. And yeah, bro, from there I was like, okay, well, maybe I actually need to do something more, like take this seriously,
mm.
because then again, like the realization hit me, if I keep doing jack shit, if I keep doing the same thing that I was doing up until that point, that was my reality, working that
Yeah,
job that I just knew wasn't going to be the thing that I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
100%. So we both came across sales practically at the same time.
Yeah.
You were sort of looking at things on your own, YouTube videos, whatever else, right? But you felt like there was kind of like you learned like the basics, but you couldn't really like actually master the skill or learn it properly sort of on your own. But I guess you kind of lacked that guidance, that accountability as well to keep you working every day on it sort of thing.
Yeah. Essentially, it's like a big thing that I feel like a lot of people misunderstand, especially about the online space, is like a lot of the stuff that's already out there, like the free value that, people give away.
Mm,
It's like all of the people that have actually gone through the same process and gotten results that you want to get to, like they've seen that and realized that's not enough.
mm,
So, like realizing that, I was like, okay, well, how do I take this a step further? How do I actually get the proper guidance and training? And I'm a big believer in like, if you spend money, you make money.
yeah,
It's like you can't really get anywhere unless you give something, like sacrifice something in return. It's like a small sacrifice for, the next steps and like
yeah,
progressing to where you want to get to.
yeah. No, 100%, 100%. And obviously that's when we actually both got trained similar time. I think I was a little bit earlier than you.
Yeah, yeah.
But tell us about once you actually did get proper coaching in sales and I suppose marketing as well in terms of actually learning how to build the brands you have today. What was that journey sort of looking like? Because obviously when you first started getting the coaching and everything, it was a bit slow for sure. But yeah, walk us through like what did it look like?
Yeah, so with getting the proper guidance and coaching, I'm not gonna lie, to start with, it was like really daunting. Like really, really daunting because I mean I just had no idea what I was doing.
Mm,
But the thing that I feel like helped me the most was like seeing you and your journey because obviously you got the results and like you started building yourself a lot quicker than I did. I
mm,
was like, damn, like it's possible, you know?
yeah.
And you had the same blueprint that I did, so I just had to stick to that path. But, launching myself into actual coaching and getting calls, like I'm not gonna lie, like I sat there in the corner of those and like I was just quiet, like I was dead silent.
Yeah.
I was scared to speak up. And only by like actually just exposing myself to that situation, making the most out of it, did I start to learn. It's like that's saying, the more you fuck around, the more you find out.
Yeah.
So it was scary at first for sure, but then by just like constantly showing up every single day and like things that were new, that were uncertain and like I just didn't really understand, they started to become like second nature. I just
Mm,
kept repeating the same cycle like the gym, you kept showing up to the gym, the
yeah.
lifts start getting easier, you start feeling like your form's really good.
Mm,
And yeah, it was just a similar process to that really.
yeah. Yeah. And I think it's normal, like to start something new, or even like, yeah, you get the coaching, but it's still slow. Because you're fearful, right? Like you've never done this before. It's brand new to you. So I think it's completely normal. But obviously you got to a point where you're like, okay, it's time to actually apply myself here and take in what I'm learning, practice it every day. Like you said, it became second nature, right? So once you started doing that, how long did it sort of take you to actually learn the skills, then start making money?
So I'd say 4 months to get like pretty confident in the skills.
Mm,
And then there was a period there where like 5 to 6 months where, I mean, I knew I could make the money, but it was just about the timing. Like it was the wrong timing, or like there was a few things that I had missed and needed to fix up.
yeah,
So by the 6 month, that was the time you ran that first call with me, the interview that we did.
yeah,
And yeah, I made 6K in a week. Like it literally happened overnight. I was like,
yeah,
damn, like all that work and effort that I put in, I was finally getting that ROI. I was
mm,
finally getting over the hump. But in that moment, like I remember you called me when it happened,
mm,
like it made it all worth it. I was like, damn,
yeah,
like all those nights that I spent just sat at my desk trying to perfect my craft,
mm,
it all became worth it.
yeah, yeah. So I do fucking remember I have the video on my phone still. But it was like 4 months of just literally doing the work, grinding, seeing little to no results. Then it was like bang, like fourth or fifth month or what was it, 6 months or something like that. 6K, you started closing, feeling fucking heaps better. Then you quit your job as well, right?
Yeah.
And then just
Yeah.
went
So
went all in.
yeah. It's a bit of a weird one because I was pretty hesitant to start
Mm,
with. Like I remember talking to you about, I was like, bro, I'm not sure if this is the right move. Like I'm not sure if I'm ready.
mm,
But by like just burning the boats, completely leaving the job, it literally gave me no choice.
mm,
And from there, I've seen like exponential growth, like
yeah.
exponential growth. I couldn't even describe it because I just had nothing else left to lose. It was like this or nothing.
Yeah.
And yeah, from there, it's just the rest is history.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I think that's the case with fucking anything, right? Like you invest in yourself or you quit that job or you just take any big risk. It's really fucking scary because it's like, what if this doesn't work out? But when you do put yourself in a position where it's like, I gotta make this happen, or, I don't have anything to fucking fall back on, it puts you in that mode where you're like, all the pressure's on me. It has to work.
Yeah.
And having that belief in yourself and just, now having that pressure on you too, it's like, you're just working all the time, but you're only going to make more money that way, right?
Yeah. And I know it's a similar case from you. Like that's what I took from your journey. Like
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing was self-belief. Like a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
people just come into the space and they just don't believe in themselves. But it's like, hey, look at me and you, bro. We're retarded. Like
Yeah.
dead set. No smarter than anyone else. But the difference was like I just knew it would work if I gave it my all and I just stuck with it and never quit. It's
Hmm.
like, the only way you actually lose or fail is if you give up.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. 100%. So Once you got to that point, what did it sort of look like between you make your first bit of money and then now, I mean, where you're at now? Now you're fucking making 20K a month. You got your own business. You're obviously still building your personal brand too. What sort of happened between that point? Was it just working more? What got you to where you're at now?
So I was initially I went into a closing position
Mm,
purely because I wanted to refine my skills.
mm,
The same skills that I use today to literally build the business that I have with health and testosterone coaching.
yeah.
From that point, like I scaled my income up to around 8 to 10K a month. And then from there, I just kept growing, kept posting content, still trying to refine my skills and my craft. And then eventually got to the point where I started posting content with obviously Tom, who is our roommate. And we essentially just started attacking the same kind of skills that I'd refined by, learning sales and marketing, but just in a completely different way. So started doubling down on my marketing knowledge that I developed over, the past year,
Mm,
really starting to attack the algorithm that way. And then using my sales skills in that same business to essentially bring in more revenue.
yeah.
So yeah, we're at the point now where it's just like, okay, what's the next steps? How can we scale learning systems, things like that. But the
Mm,
biggest thing was like, had you asked me back then if I'd have been able to run the business that I'm doing today by not having the skills that I built over the past year, like I'd be cooked.
yeah.
I wouldn't know what I'm doing. I'd be
Yeah.
so cooked.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, that's why we both always talk about focusing on skills first, especially when you're brand new to online business. Because, I mean, when you have a skill, you're always going to be of value to a business. You can always work with these big companies that are making a fuck ton of money and get that piece of the pie. But then learning skills like marketing, sales that are transferable to then be able to go start your own thing if that's something that you want to do. Which now, like I remember you saying heaps of times that coaching, fitness specifically was always something you were passionate about and saw yourself doing, and now you're, in the spot you are now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what we talked about, like the gym conversations when we were like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah,
It's like, imagine one day if I can use the same expertise that I'm building in the gym to help others,
yeah,
do the same thing that I'm doing. It's like I'm killing two birds with one stone. I get to serve and help people
mm,
through understanding health and testosterone. And I'm also benefiting from that, from the skills that I've learned. Like I'm still building an income, building my dream, having the freedom, doing everything that I literally set out to do at the start.
legit, yeah, 100%. Well, with now that you're at, 20K a month, your Test Bros accounts, fucking your fitness coaching account, I should say, about 6K followers, personal brands like 15K. What's the goals moving forward? How much are you looking to make? Like, where do you even want to scale this to?
Big thing that I sat down and thought about this year was how can I make my goals scary enough that I wake up every single morning and they dead set scare the shit out of me. Because I
Mm,
remember selling myself short earlier this year and you told me, bro, like you've got to wake up every morning and they scare you.
yeah.
Because if they're not scary enough, like you're not going to want to drive and do everything in your power to get those goals. It's like,
Mm,
shoot further than you think you can get, so you can land. If you land short, like you're still landing near that goal.
mm,
So my goal this year, 100K a month and a mil this year, like
yeah.
overall income. Um,
100%.
10K to each family member. That's a bit of a personal one for me because like I've seen my parents and my brothers like stick by my side through this journey. I know a lot of people when they get into online business or like want to get into this, it's like give back to the people that they love.
Mm,
And yeah, that's a massive goal for me, but also traveling with you and obviously Tom, like just going to see the world, having that freedom. That was a big thing for me when I first started.
yeah. 100%. Let's touch on that as well. Like, with where you're currently at, being able to work remote and whatever else, make, enough money to basically do fucking anything, go travel and buy food or whatever, right? What's life look like now that you are doing this full time? You've been full time for fucking over 6 months and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's life sort of look like for you now? What's it allowed you to do?
So life right now, it's surreal. Like I'm literally going to the gym at midday. You know, I live in a pretty nice place, which is not me to say like I'm trying to flex on anyone. It's just to say like if you can work at things like your dreams can become your reality if you just
Mm,
put in the work. Like I always wanted a nice apartment in a nice spot. You know, being able to go to the gym whenever I want, literally go sunbake, which is another thing.
mm,
You literally don't have time for that during the day because you're locked into a job.
mm.
Um, Traveling as well, like getting into travel with you boys quite recently was pretty crazy. Going to Thailand with the inner circle pretty soon, which will be pretty sick.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, bro. Overall, I think it's just freedom. Like I literally
yeah,
went down to the tennis courts the other day, something I would never have been able to do back then
yeah,
at some random time because it's like, you know what? Screw it. Let's go play tennis today.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. And I mean, it's just like we spoke about ages ago, years ago. It's like, imagine a life where you can just fucking wake up and really just choose what you want to do during the day. Obviously, you have the things that you must do. You have priorities, of course, but it's like, yeah, man, when you're working a job, it's a lot of it's out of your control. Your income isn't in control. Obviously your time as well. You're usually in a 9 to 5 or 7 to 3 or whatever the fuck it is. So you don't have that freedom to go do the shit that you actually want to.
Yeah, without a doubt, bro. It's like almost feels like a lockdown. Like
Yeah.
you have to do this. Like I have to show up to work. I have to do this. And now it's like the mindset is I get to, I
Mm.
get to work on a business that I've always dreamt about. I get to jump on calls, help people with their testosterone and, coach people. Like that's something I always wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah. 100. Well, just to end it off, like for someone that maybe was in a similar situation to you in the sense of, hey, I'm in a job. I mean, we didn't even cover the fact that you finished high school, but you didn't want to go to uni. You didn't really want to stick to any like normal fucking traditional path. But you were in that position of like, I'm kind of stuck. Don't know what I want to do for myself, but I do know that I want freedom and I want to have money and I want to fucking do all these nice things, but sort of unsure with what they should do or sort of unsure whether they should take a risk on themselves. Like, do you have any advice for someone in a position like that?
I think what sticks out to me most about people that might be in that position similar to me is like, realistically, there's two outcomes from giving something a go,
Mm,
giving something a try. A, it doesn't work out. You're still in the same spot, like nothing actually changed. Or B, it works out and you get what you want.
yeah,
So it's like if you break down exactly what you want and how to get there, it's like, okay, how can I reverse engineer those steps? But the thing that a lot of people get wrong is like thinking about it is different to doing it.
yeah,
If you constantly ruminate on the fact that, I want this, I want that life, I want to make 10K a month online, I want to start a business. It's like, yeah, bro, you can say all you want, but until you actually do it and put your best foot forward,
mm,
the same spot is going to be your reality until you do something about it.
yeah, 100%. 100%. Like so many people like the idea, but just don't give anything a crack because a lot of them are too scared to fail, I think is one of the most common things. But as you know, as I know, as fucking anyone that's been successful in any type of business or anything at all, they know that it's inevitable that you will make mistakes, you will fail. But it's just about finding that path, sticking to it, knowing exactly what you need to do to get there. But even despite through, your fails, your mistakes, whatever, you just keep pushing, which I think you're a very good example of that.
Yeah, 100%. I think you ended off perfectly there with like failure. It's like realistically, you should be looking to fail as much as you can.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
should be looking
100%.
to like it's there's a saying like if you knew how many failures you were away from success, how much would you fail? How much would you choose to fail?
Yeah.
Because that's literally breeding success because you can't learn anything without literally sucking at it first.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Well, we'll end it off there. Appreciate your time, bro. Appreciate you coming
Easy.
on.
Thank
But
you,
till
bro.
next time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that brings us to the end of the interview. I appreciate you guys if you made it this far. Biggest thing I want you guys to understand, especially if you want to get to somewhere like Liam is right now, is you need to learn sales. You ask Liam directly and he'll tell you you need to learn skills first before starting your own business, and it always starts with sales. When Liam was still working in his job, he got himself a setting role. He moved into a closing role and he was still making 10K a month. But now that he's equipped with these skills, he can actually scale his income, start his own business, and create more freedom for himself. And if that's something you want to get into and you're looking for proper training the same way that Liam got, I'll put a link in the description to book in a call with my team so you can potentially work with me directly. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram. I'll link that down in the description too. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. God bless.